Good morning and welcome to another edition of The Week Ahead. It's another busy week at the State House. The legislature's in full gear. They've got to get through a number of bills. The 60% deadline came and went last Friday, and I don't think a lot of committees met it. I don't think a lot of committees met it. And there's some discussion about what will happen next week with it being school vacation and all. But for this week, today, the Labor, Commerce, Research, and Economic Development Committee will hold a series of public hearings. A couple of bills on workers' compensation, but the most important bill is LD 1159, which would require employers to provide both paid and unpaid sick time to their employees. If you have more than 50 employees, you got to give your full and part-time workers up to 40 hours a year, which you can roll over, but is capped at 40 hours overall. If you're under 50, it will require small businesses to provide unpaid leave, again, in the amount of 40 hours for their employees. This bill and this idea has been discussed in '04, in '07, and last in 2010, and it's back again this year. Given all the other expenses employers are experiencing now with increased wage and hour costs, 3% tax, and very high health insurance rates, now is not the time to be adding to their burden. So we will be there opposing the bill. Linda? In tax, today they're doing they're working the tax haven bill, and they're also got a lot of work sessions all week on just bills that we're kind of monitoring. On Friday, OPEGA's appearing before the Government Oversight Committee to talk about the evaluation parameters that they're going to use to evaluate the Better program and the BETI program, so we're going to closely monitor that as well, and that's it. Busy week. Yeah. The last time I did a week ahead, I had talked about the minimum wage hearing. If you read in the newspaper, you'll know that the committee met for about 14 hours and took testimony from well over 100 people. And they had at least 200 to 250 servers and restaurant owners come and attend the hearing, all to speak in support of reinstating the tip credit. They also took testimony on a variety of the other proposals that dealt with the minimum wage changes that were passed at the ballot box by referendum in November. At this point, the committee has not scheduled a work session for the bill. It's expected to probably be at least 2 weeks away. There is a very active grassroots campaign on both sides going on, but you know, it was extremely encouraging, and I think a lot of others folks were envious at the amount and the involvement of the grassroots work that had gone into supporting the bills by the workers in the industry, by the servers who were there, concerned about the future of their own livelihood. I think it was impactful on the committee. It's been impactful on the legislature as a whole. Now we'll have to see where it goes when it's time for work session. But those are the issues that we're covering this week. Thank you for joining us, and join us again next week. Stay classy, Maine.